And I'm Amber from Sakajin Cosplay, and today we're back again together with Samurai Champloo, episode 19.
Yes, last episode was about graffitis.
Expressing yourself.
What was the word? Fuck, I want it to fall out.
Legacy.
Well, yes, and traditions,
yep.
and yeah, rituals, and what matters to different generations. So we got to meet people that Jin knew, and he went to pay his respect to a guy who trained him before, not the guy he killed. Yeah, someone else.
Yeah, that would be now awkward.
He was supposed to take care of his sons, and his sons were completely different from their dad. They did not want to take care of the dojo. They wanted to do their own thing, which was tagging stuff. And he was supposed to take care of them, so he basically settled a feud between the two because they wanted to be the boss of their own gangs, and they were fighting over it. So in the end, they basically
became fashion designers. So
yeah,
that's nice.
they started their thing. So that's cool. And Mugen learned how to read and write.
Yeah.
So that's great for him too. That's pretty much it. It was a good episode, but like a very different episode from what we've seen these past few weeks, you know? Like, it was a lighthearted episode. But I'm glad we got one because sometimes Samurai Champloo can get really sad and really dark. So
yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. Let's jump in episode 19 right away and see what they have in store for us next. Maybe another lighthearted episode, or maybe something dark. We don't know.
Maybe Jin's gonna be able to talk about his past.
Not if Fu is around to say anything and stop him.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Alright.
Let's go.
Maybe another bottle.
Yeah. Careful, it might not be them.
Oh no, not again! Damn it!
Why are they looking for her though? You're staying very calm for someone who's just been, you know, interrupted like that. She's courageous. It's a trick. Yes,
we know.
Are they looking for her because she's a Christian? Someone who knows, maybe. Clues.
Maybe.
Oh fuck, be careful, Fu.
Damn it! Why?
Maybe? Maybe? But Mugen, Jin! Out!
They're gonna see the
well,
skull,
right? I think the fact that she knows about the cross probably means that she's, you know, one of the hidden Christians. So maybe that's why they were looking for her. They're giving me kind of the Village type of feel.
Yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan's movie. Like they're hiding something, but I'm not sure what yet. But, well, this looks like a cult. Let's leave. grown very, well, she was always a little bit
adventurous,
but she's grown brave. Like, she's going places now. Wow!
That was right. They're definitely Christians.
Minasan!
今まではただ神を信じていれば天国へ行けると思われてました。しかし、なんてこと。
I love this guy's accent.
Evan can never go over public. Come on.
Yeah, that's not how it works. Fuck. The worst is I'm pretty sure people actually used stuff like that to do this shit.
Shoot us cold. You're gonna be fine.
But then who are they
it's
then?
Nice.
Why? Well, yeah, it's really beautiful.
It's like the church.
Yes.
That's really cute.
Why were they looking for the woman then? Because if she knew about the cross, I suppose that she was part of the gang, but.
いや、ほんと宗教ほど金になるものはないですね。神って名前さえ出せば何したって許されるしね。おまけに隠れキリシタンなら外にバレる心配もなし。まさに神に感謝です。
It's a very blunt representation of the people in charge of religion.
いくら金があっても全然足りません。
Unfortunately, some people do think like that.
その通り。どうも貧乏人たちは分かってないみたいですが、金で買えないものはないのです。あなたには私の妻になってもらいます。
You are creepy.
あなたも父親みたいになりたいですか？金がダメなら暴力ってのがセオリーですからね。どうしました？反対の方を差し出すんじゃないですか。
Ha ha. He is a piece of shit.
ちゃんとあいつらに届けるんだからね。
Thank God for the Disney princess powers.
ゆりさん、大丈夫？
夜まで待ってあげます。今日が結婚記念日になるか命日になるかはあなた次第です。
You're the devil. That's what you are.
あなたまで巻き込んでしまうなんて。私、あなたに聞きたいことがあってきたの。どうしても知りたいの。ひまわりの匂いのする。
Focus on helping her first, please.
Yeah, she doesn't really have her priorities straight.
Well, no, she does, but her priority is not everyone's priority.
Look at the message. Come on, you can read now.
Yes.
どっかで見たつもり。おい、これは確か風のモモンガ。なんだと？
You need to pay attention, Mugen.
つがよ。どこへ行きゃいいんだあのバカ。
It's true that they don't have much clues, but you are, I was about to say you are being paid to help her, but you're not.
迫害を受けて行き場をなくした隠れキリシタンたちが大勢集まってきてた。その中に私と父、そしてひまわりの匂いのする侍と呼ばれていた聖蔵さんがいたの。あの混乱の中、私と父はこの地へと落ち延びてきた。聖蔵さんとはそれきり。今どこにいるかわかる？わからないわ。もう何年も前の話だし。
Well, at least you have a name and a place to look.
やめる時もまたやめる時も私に忠誠を誓う。
誓いません。バカじゃないの？
Who would take food to a wedding?
さっさと球場に連れて行くです。 ですその娘には悪魔が取り付いています
Jesus. People are so easy to manipulate.
自分の気持ちに素直になってあなたとは結婚しません
Thank you.
あなたの妻になるくらいなら死んだ方がマシ
今なんと言った今なんと言った
And people, you're just okay with this?
報いを受けるでしょう悪魔どもめ二人まとめて地獄に突き落としますファイヤー
おめえあん時の怒り野郎インチキ宗教で信者を騙し密造銃で金儲けか
もういけません奴らに取引を見られやした何
インチキ
嘘だみんなデタラメだこいつも
Yeah, I would believe your face. With It's a good thing that they're good. Fast enough.
Jesus.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Killed by the cross? Killed by the cross?
Killed by the
Oh
judgment
my
of God.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Well, oh, he's so hard.
Oh my.
なんだ今の日本人じゃねえか
Okay.
化けの皮が剥がれたわね神の名を語って金儲けのために私たちを利用していたのよ
Yes. Listen.
Yeah, you gotta name him up to take care of him.
They need. Nose keeps falling.
救われたって言ってただろだったらさ何しろ俺救世主ってことじゃない
救世主なら私たちを救うために十字架を背負うはずよ
嘘嘘
Well, it was a huge cross.
They're not assholes. Well, she's not.
なんちゃってほらそんな簡単に反省するわけねえだろこのバカどもがてめえら神々うるせんなよ都合のいい時ばっか当たりしやがってそんなに神が好きならだまとめて神んとこへ送ってやるぜ
Help, please.
エイメン
Ooh, careful. Oh, misfire.
Oh, faith, justice. Name of the episode.
You got the judgment of God. That's
That
so
shot
good.
of Jesus being like, well, bitch.
行きつけ島に行くのね聖蔵さんいえひまわりの匂いのするお侍さんに会えることを祈っているわ
でもよ結局そいつは何者なんだよ
あの人は私の父なの
That would make sense.
I mean, I think we had guessed it a little bit, but we weren't sure, so we didn't talk about it. But that would make sense.
Yeah.
神のご
I like this
To be
episode.
continued.
I like this episode a lot.
I kept thinking about today's struggle because we know that in some places in the world, if you are of a certain religion, you're going to be persecuted because of it.
Religion has been used for years and years to manipulate people, for some people to get more rich, for some people to be in power. I'm not saying that every person who's religious is like that, because it's not true. Religion, at its core, whether or not you agree with me, I think is meant to be good, teach you, or for the greater good, values, be good, it's nice. But the way it's been used throughout the years, whether it's to force people to, bend to your rules and bend to your power, whether it's to manipulate people into acting a certain way because they fear that if they do something otherwise, they will end up in hell, or just the way, people use religion to get rich. And I mean, it's controversial, and it's a type of discussion that we will have here that will make me feel uncomfortable at the end, because I'm like, well, depending on who listens to this, You might not agree, but it's all in good faith. There's a lot of people who could say that, you know, if you've ever been to the Vatican, which I have, you could argue that there's a lot of gold over there. You know, it's rich. There's a lot of money invested in that place for one guy who claims that he wants to help the poor and he wants to, you know, take the word of God and spread it and stuff. There are thousands of people who are dying in the world, people who, you know, they are suffering, they don't have food, they don't have water, and then the guy who claims he wants to help lives in this palace with a lot of gold that he doesn't need. And the same with the churches. Like, in some places, you'll basically pay your church so you help maintain it. But then does the church really need all the riches? Maybe not, because the church is supposed to be, you know, founded by the government, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not going to say anything about that because
we're not sure about that. But in any case, like some churches are not like that at all. But if I remember correctly, the church that we used to go to when we were kids with our parents back home, I mean, it looked good, you know, and there was a lot of money put in that place for decoration, for, you know, for the beautiful stuff that you put to spread the word of God, which you should not need to hear it, you know? You should not need all the riches to do that, to do your job. Anyway. So it's very controversial. But in this episode, I feel like it's kind of the message that was told. At least this example was brought up because the guy used religion to become richer because it's so easy to convince people and manipulate people.
Even if it wasn't about religion, but just like if you believe in something, maybe religion or anything else.
Well, religion.
No. If you have, for example, faith like the earth is flat or rounded. The earth is not. Yeah, the earth is not flat. But if you believe that the earth is flat, if you believe something, you can always be sure that somebody's gonna take that and exploit it to its maximum.
Well, yeah, but the fact is, in this episode, it was about religion. The guy used the fact that they live basically in a world where the Occident is basically pushing its culture and its knowledge and its way of thinking onto the Orient. And there's a lot of stuff that's changing. Guns have been introduced to Japan, and, you know, wars are on the horizon. And even those, I mean, changes happen for the better. Some for the worse, but I mean, some happen for the better. The fact is, people are using this era of uneasiness, this era of fear, this era of, you know, people don't really know what they want or maybe where they want to go because everything is changing, everything is new, and they don't really know where they belong. So religion is a good way of focusing them on the same thing, on a very on the similar thing to all the other people that are, you know, thinking the same. It's a good way of showing them a light in an era of darkness. So it focuses them on something that keeps them alive and keeps their hope alive. But then because they rely on it so much, people like this son of a bitch can use it to better them, to, you know, have more money for themselves and to basically do stuff that has nothing to do with religion. It's just because religion has been used for years and years to do stuff that has nothing to do with religion.
Yeah.
So
mostly used as a excuse to do stuff.
Religion has been the excuse for many wars.
Yeah.
Many wars. And you know, a lot of people who are so, especially, you know, in those days, although today we still have that, a lot of people who are convinced that they are following the right religion will look down on other people who follow something else. I personally don't think that way. I personally think that, you know, everyone is right in their own way. It's just they explain it or they express themselves differently. So what if you want to believe in Jesus, or if you want to believe in someone else, you know, as long as you live your life as a good person and do the right thing when it matters, I say you believe in the right stuff, you know? So live your life, just don't force it on others. In this case, it's not that he forced it on anyone, it's that he manipulated them into thinking that they were doing something good for their religion, for their safety, for their future when they die, when in fact they were not. And I've seen it a lot in history, in movies, and in books. Like, it's a very common trope. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Sadly. I mean, it's good that it ended right in this episode, because we got to have some clues about the Sunflower Samurai, which is really good.
Well, now we know where to look for.
Yes.
Specific island.
And I mean, the girl, Yuri,
Yuri.
she survived. That's pretty cool. And Fu got to show that she had some balls. That was amazing. She's all, like you said, she's always been adventurous, but I feel like she's growing more and more strong when it comes to what she's able to face.
When you're traveling with Mugen and Jin, I think it's expected of you to grow some balls.
Yeah.
Like, that was weird.
And the boys were pretty cool in this episode too, because that's another thing. Like, last episode we talked about how times were changing and how, you know, new stuff was introduced. In this episode, it's the fact that, like I said, guns were introduced in Japan, so we still have the people who think like the old ways. They fight with swords and stuff. And then you have the people who adapt and try to use the guns from the Occident, and they you know, they go to battles and they still want to, you know, they want the power, they want to win and stuff, but they use guns, which, it's true, like, normally you wouldn't go to a gunfight with a sword,
Yeah.
but
Jin and
Mugen,
Mugen, I think it's okay for them.
it's safe. It's safe for them. It's safe. At least they're fast enough to dodge bullets, which can only happen in anime, so
Alright.
good thing. In any case, I like this episode. I'm not, you know, I did say a few things when we talked about religion that, like I said, makes me a bit uneasy, because I never really like going into heavy religious topics when we talk about episodes of or stuff, because there's always this one person in the comments who's very, you know, strong minded about his opinion, and who thinks that because we said that it means that we don't respect his opinion or something. Like, I've seen it before, and it's not true. Like, I respect everyone's opinion. It's just that we need to discuss it when it's shown to us in an episode, and in this case, that's what I had to say about her for that, especially the earlier seasons. So
Yeah. No,
In
it's
any
mostly
case.
just blood and tears and cries and everything.
now, yes, but in the earlier seasons, there was a lot of talk about religion that made me feel like, this is dangerous field.
Alright.
Hmm.
So, yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
I might say that if I were younger and my church looked like that, like a huge cave with huge statues and
I'd like
and
it
lights,
more.
I think I might have gone to Sunday church more often.
Well, we were kind of forced to go to Sunday church with our
No.
grandma.
One time.
No,
One
not
time.
true.
Mostly we went for Christmas and Easter.
With our parents, but with our grandma, we used to go because she would practice the choir.
Ah, true. But
We-
we went for the choir.
We saw her for weddings and stuff. Like, we were there when she sang for weddings and stuff. So we spent a lot of time in church, despite the fact that we were not there to worship anyone. We were just there to sing. So, but yeah, times have changed. In any case, so
Yeah.
let's leave the controversial topic and move on. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the next episode right away, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out right now if you want. The link is in the description.
And if you don't, you can wait for the next one to be out on YouTube. So
Yes.
we're gonna be next week.
Yes.
See you then, guys.
Bye.